anamfuata hivyo, going that way. Okay.
Okay, thank you guys. Asante for this opportunity tukiwa kwa hii space pia at this time of the day. What I want to say is first of all, we condemn all the actions zenye police wamefanya against the people who demonstrate, actually peaceful demonstrations. These guys, they can decide to turn a blind eye kwa watu wenye wanafanya looting, but ikifika kwa wase wenye wako maybe on a peaceful demonstration, they decide kwamba wacha tuwaangaishe kidogo, but on coming to people wenye ni criminals wenye wanafaa kukuwa maybe arrested and attack maybe the way they do, the police unapata wameassume hata wafiki huko. So you wonder how are they conducting themselves on these issues. Actually, I was say today nimepatana one police she was a woman by the way, and aliniambia it's a good work yenye wanaendelea kuona inafanyika. These guys ni kama wamekuwa wakikandamizwa pia in one way or the other. So wamesema kazi iendelee, wamesema finye hiyo kitu kabisa, finye hiyo msee. So you can see how these people pia wao wana feel ni kwamba this is not the right way the government should be run. And other people, actually the older generations pia, they are in support of this movement yenye inaendelea. Kitu ingine, ODM is a disappointment to the nation. ODM, by the way, from kitambo kuna watu walikuwa wanasema ODM. Yes.
Edwin.
Yes.
Can you get somewhere usettle alafu uongee juu your microphone seems to have a problem iko na echo.
Okay, sure. Shortly basi. Endelea.
Let's give Pius.
Maybe probably from your side ndio namsikia akiwa na echo. Mimi namsikia akiwa sawa.
Mimi niko na echo
Okay, mnanisikia vizuri?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, let's give utakuja Edu utakuja. Let's give Pius Osoro alafu you will take it from Pius Osoro. Pius Osoro 3 minutes twende ndugu.
Okay, good evening once more. I just want to say that yesterday was a success. And like
Pius Osoro?
Yes. You are not getting me? Hello? What?
Nakusikia, sijui Charles ndio kusikii.
Yes. Kama unanisikia basi
wacha tu aendelee.
Sawa. So yesterday I was saying that yesterday was a success, unlike what some of us are saying, because when I was looking at what was going on, I realized that most towns were actually at a standstill. Like Nairobi, there was the business was not usual. You look at Kakamega, the business was standstill. You look at Kericho, Karatina, of all the towns, I have never seen that. And many other places, Kisii, Mombasa, that was a success. So even a little success that we make, we should be able to appreciate it and encourage people to continue doing the right thing. We are like people are in war, and when you are in war, you don't discourage your soldiers. You don't say that, oh, you didn't do well, or some people. You don't blame anybody. You just need to march on. You just move forward, advancing towards the enemy. So I want just to encourage us all. Tomorrow we gather, and as we have said, we are going to move to Uhuru Park, and I think at this point I was suggesting that we can change strategy. Remember that all along we have been using the strategy of we have been actually very peaceful, and under these peaceful protests, we have seen that we have been trying to access the city center, and sometimes, like yesterday, it was not possible because the police were able to stop us at some point, especially those ones who are coming from Thika Road. They were stopped at some point. Those ones who are coming from Ngong Road, and so on. So I think we just need to find a way of getting ourselves to Uhuru Park. And when we reach there, just like those ones who were like in Egypt, we just sit there. We don't burn tires. We don't do anything. We just sit there. And if we can sit there up to 1,000,000 people, you see, Ruto will just come out of his hideout. There is no way he's going to stay there while we are at Uhuru Park. And for us to be able to succeed in this, because we are being listened to by these our police, they will not just sit there. They are planning also on how to counter that. So they are going to stop us from reaching there. So we have to change strategies in the sense that some of these things, when we are planning, we should not even say them here on space. We should look for a way to just discuss some of these things offline, so that we are not they are not able to know exactly what we want to do. Sometimes we can even say that when we want to, we can say that we are moving to Uhuru Park. Instead, we do something else, so that we are not very predictable. Then the other thing that we can also do is to devolve these demonstrations. If they are going to stop us from moving to the city center, we can look for a way of ensuring that, like now in Nairobi, Nairobi is where actually the action is supposed to be even more serious. Now, since they are stopping us from reaching there, we can devolve this and we move to the sub-counties surrounding Nairobi. For example, if we can have demonstrations happening outside Nairobi, for example, in Githurai, places like Kitengela, places like these other surrounding places around Nairobi. If we can engage the police there, you will find that they will not be able to have all the resources they need, the human resources, that is the police. They will not be able to have enough water cannons, to move to all these places. So you'll discover that we'll be able to defeat them. So we can change that strategy as from next week, and we say now we can move to the sub-counties. Now, once we engage them there and we defeat them, we can then now move to the city center and do whatever we want to do. So that is another way that we can do that to ensure that we succeed. And then something else also we need also to do. All this is about peaceful protests. Now, because in all these cases we have been peaceful, but the police unleash violence. Towards the end, it can be next week, it can be next year, it can be when. If peace fails, somebody said that if you want peace, then you prepare for war. Then I think we will think about that other option, so that we win, because all that we need to do is to win this war. And lastly, I just want to encourage all of you. Let us not blame each other on anything. We can actually think about how we started. This war, when we started, we were very close. We were doing things together. And online, the soldiers who were online, they were all together. They were in unity. We can go back there. But it reached a point where we got distracted by those people who are paid by Ruto, and we started blaming each other. Oh, who you are Melipwa, who you are Melipwa. And then we use a whole day discussing somebody, an individual. You see, that one we were just doing the work of our enemy. So we can come back and be as a unity, as a unit. so that we work in unison to achieve the common goal. Because even that enemy of yours that you want to say that, oh, this one you are blaming, oh, huyu hakuja ako online na hakuja, you know, huyu amelipwa, you know, these influencers, a number of them, they have you know, that's why they're called influencers. So they influence other people, they influence masses. So if you keep on if you distract people, you know, an influencer, then even those people support that influencer will also withdraw. And if they withdraw, then we will our numbers will keep on diminishing. So we will not be as a unit. So let us go back to where we started. Let us be a team as we were, and then we ignore any other distractions that will come on our way. These small distractions. I'm very sure that we are going to win. We cannot afford, and to lose this war, because you realize that if we lose this one, we are going to suffer. We are going to suffer. This guy will ensure that he will stamp his authority seriously. So let us not drop it. Let us not drop it. We have to focus like a laser beam towards our objective. Guys, let me stop there so that I allow others also to contribute. Thank you.
Asante Pius. On a point I was making, ningependa kumalizia kwamba you guys mmeona how ODM is
Can I take
behaving.
the mic or there's someone we are on the queue?
Tulia, ngoja kidogo. So guys, mmesikia, mmeona how ODM is conducting itself kwa hii time yote ya maandamano since we started.
Hello.
Guys, mnanisikia?
Ben, just a minute, Ben.
Sijui kama Ben anasikia juu anaendelea kuongea. So guys, ODM is yani wamegeuka, like they want to take advantage of this maandamano to find their way into government. I say they have decided kwamba they will not stand for the truth. Actually it's a disappointment kwamba hii ni kama ni tabia yao. That's why people walikuwa nasema ODM iko na chaos, those people. Yaani they behave vile wanataka. Sasa hivi wameanza kuingia kwa government, wameanza kuruka watu wao, wameanza kuruka the other parties.
KOT.
They are
Kila mtu
in
amenyamaza
government.
ama ni mimi peke yangu ama ni my phone ndio imenyamaza?
Chukua hiyo reaction. So again kuna kitu imetokea kwamba as we continue sanitizing hii government, kuna watu wengine wanaendelea kurudi na ile maana yenye tunajaribu kutoa, like the CSS wenye wametolewa ama CS walitolewa. Ni kama unafagia nyumba, mtu anapita nyuma anaendelea kukanyaga huko. These guys wameanza kutumia blackmail kurudi kwa serikali saa hii. They are paying masses, wanaenda kutafuta watu kwa bodaboda huko, wanawalipa so that they can chant kwenda huko kwa barabara wakiimba eti waforce serikali, waforce Ruto ndiye aende kuwarudisha kwa government. This is not what we want actually. Huwezi kuna mtu amekublema amekutoa, again unaenda kutumia watu wako kuanza kuambia turudishe kwa serikali. We are fighting something and you want to redo it. Ukiona hata watu vile wanaongea, kiburi ingine imeanza kurudi. I don't know why, but the fight is not over yet. We need to push. We need to do something for these people to realize kwamba we are not joking and we are not playing games. We need to stand as a unit and fight till tufike mwisho. We must see actions and results coming out of this. Tusikuwa tunapigana tufike mahali muanze kukufa, kitu imefanyika, watu wameenda, watu wameinuliwa. Let's fight itaisha. By the way, mkiendelea kupigana fight inaisha. Let's fight hadi mwisho. People mko na support hapa nje, watu wanawa support Actually, a lot of parents, I don't know why, I've met, unakaa mahali unapata wazazi wanakuja wanaongelea hii fight ya Gen Z, hii fight ya Gen Z nayo ni kali. It's a good one, it's a good one. Like they feel kwamba kuna kitu mmefanya yenye hawakuweza kufanya wao. Wamekuwa in dark, yani ile design wanaona if we speak it will go wrong. If we do this maandamano tutashutiwa tukufe. And someone has, hata ukinyamaza you will die at one point, but you will live in a way that the policies zenye ziko kwa government zinakukandamiza and you will not enjoy the living you are having. So it's good you speak out, muende nje and make sure the government changes how it operates. Make sure the government shares the resources equally or across all the regions. Make sure the government does not conduct in a corrupt way, and make sure the government is accountable to their actions. That's how we must push the operations of this government. Lazima, the government must work for the people. It's not people who should be working for the government. The government is constituted of some few people there. So mkianza kuwafanyia kazi ni kama unajivunja tu mgongo kulisha watu wawili hapo. While they are the one who are controlling the resources which should be trickling down to the people for them to have an ample ground to do their businesses, wafanye biashara zao, waendelee na kazi zao, they make profits. Sasa mtu akishaenda kufanya biashara unamuattack from all the sides with taxes, anabaki na nini? Like hata biashara unapata mtu amefungua biashara few months ashafunga. Ukimuuliza ni nini? Rent iko juu, taxes za serikali inakujia hii, wengine wanakujia hii, hadi polisi wanakujia. Like hauna amani with what you are doing. So we should be fighting for all these things until we achieve. Thank you. Tuendelee wasee, sijui Chali utalida vile wataongea and we continue.
Okay, next ni Akimu alafu Tutana. Hivyo mkienda hivyo dakika tatu ndugu zangu Akimu.
Thank you very much, sir. I want to pass my condolences to the guys who left us. Two, I want to say that the government, we must force the government, we must compel the government to compensate these young guys, the families of these young guys who died, and those who suffered injuries, severe injuries, because some of them will not be in a position to do anything to themselves for the rest of their lives. There are people who are completely maimed. Those who died, I want you to agree with me that maybe some of them were a light to their families, and their families had a lot of hope in them, because these are young people, well educated. So the government must compensate their families so that families will also have something that they can, rely on. Three, I want to say today, this evening, I'm very disappointed. We are partyless, but some parties, they want to use the Gen Z appraising for them to be appointed into the Kenyan parliament. You saw what the ODM is doing. I want to say we must tell members of the ODM party that young people did not die for them, for some quarters of their party to be appointed into the cabinet. The bare minimum should be at least 2 young people to be appointed into the cabinet of the opposite gender. Musalia Mudavadi, who is currently occupying an constitutional office, got into to cabinet at the age of, he was appointed into the cabinet at the age of 28 years. So ODM should not be appointed to the cabinet. They had the demonstrations, they achieved nothing. William Ruto did not listen to them, President William Ruto. Now they want to take advantage of us so that they can go to, which we should stop them. 4, I want to say that we must be our brother's keeper. Let us be our brothers and sisters keepers. Let nobody be abducted in your presence. I have seen some people, plainclothes officers, arresting members of the public, and we let it be. We have to stop these people. If anybody comes to arrest a person and they do not identify themselves as police officers, we should protect our comrades. We should not allow them to be, abducted. In 2027, we must arm ourselves with IDs. So the department that is responsible for printing ID cards must do that with high efficiency, very fast, so that in 2027, we will be well armed to vote a rogue regime out of power. We also demand that the president fire all the corrupt CEOs of all parastatals and fresh appointments that reflect the face of Kenya should be made. Because as things are right now, most of those appointments are filled by members from 2 communities. Kenya, we have over 42 tribes, and any appointment must be made to reflect the face of Kenya. Then I have a proposal. We have some people who are small wings, like myself. We need to come up with an hashtag so that if anybody is arrested, no matter the number of followers you have, you can use that hashtag. Then members in KOT can be in a position to identify you and push for your release. So that is something that I can live with us so that we think about it. We have an hashtag that we can use. And those who are in this forum, I want to encourage you, let us follow each other. If you follow me, I will follow back immediately, because that is how we are going to, foster change in our country. We must continue to, foster civic education within our capacity, and we must also disarm goons. We must not run away from goons. They are powerless. It is only that they do not have civic education. They do not understand their civic duty. I want to congratulate Gen Zs in Kakamega and Kericho. They disarmed goons. We are peaceful people. We go to the streets with a bottle of water, the Kenyan flag, and a mobile phone, not with sticks. So we have to disarm goons. The Kakamega team and the Kericho team, they led us, they showed us the way. When you see goons, disarm them, give those things to the police, and give them, pump into their head civic education. Let them understand their civic duty. I think those are my contributions. I will hand over to the moderators that you can pass the mic to the next speaker. Let us follow each other. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I think we are moving on swiftly. Na ningetaka kuwaomba kwamba when you come here on the speakers panel, you only take at least 3 minutes, because we have a lot of people here who wants to speak. So tukichukua more than 5 minutes, then we'll be denying other people an opportunity to air their views. Otherwise, welcome on the space. Na kama ndio umekuja saizi, we have a link hapo juu. Just retweet, share it so that we can have a number of people joining the space. Ndio tukishare pia isiweze tu kuwa ni watu 20 ndio wanasikia peke yake na wanapata what we are sharing here. So just share that link tukiendelea tukisonga. So my co-host, kindly tupatie watu dakika 3 tu. Tukienda muda hivyo sana, kuna wengine tutawafungia nje na hatutaki. Yeah.
Okay, thank
So who is up?
dakika 3 maintain it, time yourself. Ni 3 tu. Tunaanza na Tutana akimaliza kuna huyu anaitwa Kenya C, sijui ni Kenya C yetu ama nini. Alafu Maish, you follow, then Kababia you follow, alafu Symbol who, alafu kuna Mr. Yuti. Those guys as we go. Tutana, Kenya si yetu maisha, Kababia, Symbol and Mr. Yuti. Twende hivyo. Tatu, please.
Yeah, thank you for this space. I think with this revolution, we have learned that Kenya is a military state. William Samuel Ruto is using police officers to abduct, to kill young generation who are just fighting for their rights as per the constitutions. So it's like this government doesn't recognize constitutions. They are just in power, but they just want to use what they want, how they want, and they don't recognize. And that is why I think William Samoruto has declined many judgments from the court all the time. Yeah, they just do what they want to do without following the constitution. Now, the biggest obstacle to this revolution is the police force. Ruto is using the police force. I think we need to now face the police in terms of during the first time on 25th, the Tuesday Maandamano, we expose individual police officers who have used a live bullet on the young guys, and I think we need to continue on that so that we expose those individual guys, and if possible, we visit their homes like we did for the MPs. Yeah, and I think also for our understanding, and to my understanding, uh, this revolution has invoked Article 1 of the Constitution. Ruto has disbanded the cabinet and is the one remaining, and we are saying Ruto must go. So it's the only one remaining. I think this revolution must continue to ensure that Ruto exit now. And if you expect that Ruto will give power in 2027, I don't think, because it's going to use this force to stay in power. If you read the behavior of this guy, it's so the guy who will live, he has to complete in his heart, he has to complete 10 years. So it is time that this is the time that he must exist, because you can't expect him to leave power when he control armies and the police. He will use them to remain in power, and atajitangaza kama Mwai Kibaki ile ya 20 what 2207, yeah, atajitangaza tu hivyo. So I think we need to move with that. The other issue is the issue of the Maandamano. I think in Nairobi, especially in Nairobi, we can do unannounced demonstration, because tukisema tarehe fulani tutafanya maandamano, polisi watajipanga. So at any one given moment, there are many young people in CBD. So around 9 a.m., we can tweet. Then by 10, vijana wamejaa town na polisi kujipanga ni ngumu sana. We can do an announced demonstration, sit along Kenyatta Avenue, unannounced. Tutangaze tu around saa 3 ya asubuhi. By saa 5, vijana wamejaa town. I think we can use different strategies to defeat them. Yeah. And na tukifanya demonstration na tupate space kama hiyo, na ni vijana wakae for like 24 hours to 72 hours, kama ile ya Egypt, yote watu wanakaa mpaka usiku yote. Asante sana.
Speaker Kenya si what? Mama ya mtu.
Thank you so much. First, let me also take this chance to send my condolences to our heroes who have lost their lives during this revolution. And also we say sorry to them, those who got injured. I hope you people are getting me. Now, like we've been saying, we really hope and we want to believe that people are listening, and even there are some police officers who are listening even in this space. We also have some DCI or some NIS listening. Let us remind ourselves that it is important that they know that the struggle is about good governance and everyone is in the mess, including them. So, the next one, life usually takes an unexpected turn. Like the other day, we remember when a police officer lost both of his arms in an event where he wanted to, like that one, he wanted to murder an innocent civilian. And when such things happen, me as a Kenyan, I will never be sorry for such like people who want to kill us. And you're just, you are unarmed. Now you take an example. Yesterday, a police officer dislodged a tear gas canister on a peaceful protester. Backward, what we call in football, an attack from behind. The guy was not armed, and everybody saw. What a shame. Police brutality, harsh Ruto must well. Let us retweet that thing as many times as possible. Now, let us take this. Police, in addition to what somebody had said, we should also have some laws protecting us. Police should not shoot an armed civilian like what we saw yesterday. Just shooting unarmed people who are just helpless. Stop this kind of stupidity. And somebody has just said that when you see your friend is being arrested for no reason, tuzushe bwana, zusha, kata. Your friend should not be arrested for nothing. And let us remind our police officers that kazi yao is to maintain law and order by arresting lawbreakers. Then after that, they are supposed to take them to court. And punishment is done by court according to our constitution. Court will see what is best for according to what has been broken. It's not their work to beat people. Correction is done or the rehabilitation is done by the prison department. Police should stop beating innocent Kenyans, unarmed, killing them, maiming them, and doing a lot of things which are not civilized. Thank you, co-host, and any other people tuning in. Let us continue following one another. Asanteni sana.
Thanks. Mwenye anafuata ni Simple.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks very much, guys. I hope everyone is getting me.
Yes.
The co-host, KOT, Charlene, thank you very much, you people, for doing this. First of all, I want to send my condolences to those who were killed. I cannot say those who left us, did not left us. Those people who were killed by police. So I want to send my condolences to those who were killed by police, those who were murdered. To those who are in hospitals with injuries, quick recovery. Let me go straight to my points so that I save time to give other people room to talk. I have 3 points. One, we have president, the Sugoi guy. We have the church, and we have the police. Let me start with president. Mr. Ruto, lazima utashuka. Na guys, hii kitu tukiacha saa hii, I swear to God sisi ndio tunaenda kuumia. Kama tulikuwa tunajua tutamaliza hii vita tungeanza. But now that we started it, we have to. That's my message to president. We have to. Lazima ataenda. I'm done with him. Number 2, church. Guys, church, kanisa wanatumes. Kanisa wanatumes vibaya sana 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 sana. Those people should talk. Hao watu ndio, in fact, church should play a very 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 important role. Saizi watu wanakufa, tunauliwa, watu wanaokotwa kwa kwari. Church hata wajatokea, hawajaongea. Huyu mtu mwenye alikuwa ameenda kuomba kwa nini Bomas of Kenya anaitwa, I really hate that man.